Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and today I want to talk about the new Marvel comic book called Voices. Marvel Voices, Indigenous Voices. First off, the title sounds like a hot mess any damn way, but the problem that people done seen is that whole Captain Marvel drawing, but it's not even just the Captain Marvel drawing, it's the entire book mostly itself. Most of the work in there is hot garbage. Now I don't know what the artist's name is, and I could care less, to be honest, but I'm not saying I'm the best artist or anything because I draw, I dabble a little bit or whatever and stuff like that. But I think I could probably, draw a stylized Captain Marvel a little bit better than that. And of course, it has to be like, well, you can keep the cell phone but lose the man thing. Like, come on now, with all this man hating, bashing crap, it's getting really annoying right now. Like, I'm sorry, the old classic Marvel and DC would have never had books that look like what they're printing out today. A lot of these books that were being printed out, especially from Marvel, look like trash. And again, not saying that I'm the best artist or anything, but I think I could, draw a little bit better than what they're doing now. And it's crazy. It's literally crazy on how they thought that artwork was so acceptable. It's like the Wonder Woman 1984 variant issue and stuff like that. It might be a stylized choice, but it's ugly as hell, and it shouldn't have been chosen to promote Wonder Woman and stuff like that. No matter what the artist said, the artist know darn well that was her trying to draw Wonder Woman. And when she got clapped back from it, she was like, "Oh, no, you knew what the hell you were doing. You don't draw Wonder Woman like that. Just like you don't draw Captain Marvel like that." But let's be honest, over these past couple of years, ever since Carol became Captain Marvel, they've been trying to make her androgynous, and trying to like erase her curve, erase her boobs. Look, Carol Danvers had like Elisa during C cup and had thunder thighs and hips with some muscle on her. Like, she was literally an athletic woman, and she was beautiful, gorgeous. And when she get to Captain Marvel, they literally covered her up. Boobs done shrank all of a sudden. Her hips done shrank all of a sudden. Her beauty is gone. They had to give her this dyke haircut style, and it's so confusing because it's baffling. Again, you're trying to get people to like these characters. Art is a media, not a media, but art is a visual media. And you have to treat it like that. You can't just pretend like none of this stuff exists or anything. People want to see good art, and Marvel and DC need to stop being cheap. I understand, there are the whole COVID thingy or whatever, but guess what? This is what happens when y'all dumb behinds want to try to team up with big corporations or whatever. And for years, when people have been telling you, hey, turn back now before you lose your core audience. And you're losing your core audience, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might have some, yeah, but if some of these rumors I'm hearing about DC and Marvel, about what they're planning to do with some of these characters or whatever, you might as well just shoot yourself in the face, because there's only going to be so much that people are going to tolerate with these characters. It is time to go back to basics with these characters. It is time to learn from old comics. I'm sorry to say that, people don't always want to be like, forget the past or whatever. No, you need to learn from the past. Learn how these stories became successful. Learn why this was iconic. Learn why these costumes were iconic. Learn why this character was amazing back in the day, because a lot of these characters nowadays is terrible, especially Carol. I've never seen character assassination done more so than I've seen done with her. And it was kind of funny, right after Chris Claremont had fixed this character and finally made her better than what she was after that Avengers 200 issue, after she got raped by her son lover thing, and Chris Claremont built her back up after the whole issue with Rogue and her powers getting zapped and all that kind of stuff. made her binary, and then joined the Avengers again. Got a brand new costume, all that kind of stuff, whatever. Then had a another solo run that was actually pretty interesting, when you really read it, compared to what they're doing to her now. Retconning her origins, trying to make her look more dude, and I mean, yeah, making her look a little bit more of a dude, making her look like a dyke, talking about how she's the most powerfulest character ever and how she can beat all these Avengers when we know she can't, when it takes a few characters that can literally knock her out, that been proven that she can. But I just don't get it. I don't understand how Marvel let that artwork through the roof and stuff like that, and especially in an indigenous book. No offense, but this comes off racist as hell. It really does. You're sitting up here telling me that the only way we can get a perspective of an indigenous person is to get an indigenous person to only write indigenous people. You're locking race writers into only that race. So when there only comes to when a character is part of the LGBT community, you get only a LGBT community writer to write that for that character. When it's a black character, you get a only black writer to write that character. When you get an indigenous person, you get only indigenous. When you get a Spanish person, you only get a Spanish person to write the character. Like, do you hear how racist that comes off as? How many white people done created all these diverse characters that actually treated them better than how they're being treated in today's society right now? These new gen writers can't write to save their lives. They need some mentors, and they need to learn. There should be like some kind of test or something in Marvel, but they need to learn the history of these characters. We can't keep just ignoring the history of these characters to try to bring in some new audience member, or trying to do something completely new that contradicts the characters. These characters have fans. It is a built-in fan base that has grown over close to 70 years. You cannot keep ignoring your core audience and giving them crap about these characters. They're the ones reading this stuff. You guys might be writing this crap and drawing the stuff, but at the end of the day, it is the customers that is supporting this. And if we don't like it and we stop supporting it, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff right here that is happening right now, it's unacceptable. It's literally unacceptable, and it can't keep being this way anymore. You gotta do something, Marvel, Disney. This just can't stand anymore, because that right there is highly disrespectful. I am sorry to say. I've seen some art that's really questionable, but this one right here really feels real disrespectful. As a artist myself, doing a few little things here and there or whatever, it really does feel disrespectful. It really feels like a slap in the face, because I know if I had showed my work to Marvel would have never looked at me and stuff like that. But you give this artist this platform and the work isn't there. You're literally telling people that they don't have to put any time and effort into anything. And we know that there are some amazing artists that have stories that show brilliant artwork that was rejected by Marvel because they don't know the right person or whatever. Are you kidding me? This isn't some goddamn high school nonsense. It ain't about who you know. It's about if the person can bring the talent, then you hire them. You don't do this whole, oh, well, my friend's cousin next door or whatever and stuff like that always wanted to work in comic books. Well, let's give them a job. But the sales show that they don't buy this stuff. So who was the book for? Who was the book for, Marvel? Because you literally disrespected most of your core audience to the fact that they don't even want to buy half your books anymore. So again, who is the book made for? For the outrage mob on Twitter? I guess so. I mean, that's great and all, but at the end of the day, they don't buy your shit. That's the problem that you not understanding. Stop pandering to people who do not buy your books. You're changing everything that your core audience like about these characters for some society that don't even care about these characters. They only care about it is because other people are enjoying it. Don't you find that weird that they come in and change everything that the core audience love about these characters that wasn't really problematic that much? Now everything is problematic to the point where you can't enjoy anything anymore. Come on now, Marvel. That's ridiculous. You got to do better than that. That artwork, I just can't. It really hurts me to see that kind of stuff being produced, because it literally shows me that you guys don't care anymore. And that's the real sad, scary truth about it. You don't care anymore. You don't care about these characters. You don't care about your core audience anymore. You don't care. All you're trying to do is make a quick buck, and that's it. And it sucks. It really sucks, because it's such a disrespect to the creators and the artists who had to come up with these characters years ago. And this is how you treat their characters. This is how you treat the audience members that grown up with these characters. Like trash. But okay, you know, that's the hill you want to die on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Marvel, because that's clearly what you want to do. But yeah, that was the video. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.